Hello Fishers, this is Monica Heltz, your Public Health Director. Just wanted to start off our daily updates with a few words. As you may have heard, last night Dr. Lane signed a mask mandate order for the City of Fishers. Right now the expiration date is set at September 4th. We'll give it a full 6 weeks. At that point we'll reassess and see where we're at as far as our data and our numbers. I just want to make it really clear that the reason that we're doing this is because our data trends are showing our rates are increasing and our numbers are increasing, and our goal in instituting the mask mandate is really to keep everything open as much as possible. So our goal again is to keep things open, and to do that we feel like this is the best measure that we can implement that is the least restrictive for our Fishers residents. We want to get our kids back to school. We want to get our businesses open or keep our businesses open. We want people to be out and about and enjoying your lives. We just need to figure out how to do that safely. We know that we're going to be living with COVID for a while. So again, our goal is to keep things open, and this is the least restrictive, most effective way that we can continue to do that. We had a few questions also about our testing site results. We know that we've had some delays in the testing results. Apparently the labs across the country have been quite delayed. We are currently using Mid-America clinical labs to process our lab results, and they are running at a 7 to 10 day delay. We are told that this is temporary. We are troubleshooting these issues. We are looking into additional resources, and we expect that our labs in the future will be expedited as a preferred status with MACL. So we again anticipate that these delays will be temporary. So we will continue to assess that situation and keep you updated on those. I wanted to make a couple of comments about some questions that people had about our dashboards. So we do have our Fishers local testing site data, which is identified that way on our website, but we also have our community-wide data. The community-wide data really talks about all data coming in for Fishers residents as it relates to COVID. On the bottom of that dashboard, you see some bar graph that indicates the daily number of cases that we have every day. And then over the top of that bar graph, we have a 7-day rolling average. That 7-day rolling average is taking the previous 7 days and averaging out the number of cases that we got each day. So that red 7-day rolling average indicator is one way that you can think about the data and how we're doing as an average. I would caution you as you're looking at that rolling average and that bar graph that for the last 7 days, as we know, and as I just mentioned, our MACL results are delayed. So that means our lab testing results are delayed. We know that we are doing about 1,000 tests a day at our Fishers testing site. And so 1,000 tests a week at our Fishers testing site. And we're running 7 to 10 days behind. So I would caution you when you're looking at the 7-day rolling average, the last 5 or 6 days, you see a dip in that 7-day rolling average. But again, we would mention that we still do not have our testing site data rolled into that average yet for all of the tests that were run at our testing site over the last week. So please use caution when you're looking at that indicator. Another word about percent positivity. A lot of people have asked about what is a percent positive. Maybe the tests are just increasing because we're doing so much testing. So yes, it is true that the tests are increasing, and yes, we are doing more testing. However, another indicator that we look at is the percent positivity that we're finding of the tests that we're conducting. We can look at that pretty easily, and you can do those calculations yourself if you like based on our local testing site data. On that dashboard. We don't have it put up on the website yet, but we are looking to add that as an indicator for our testing site data. Unfortunately, we do not have access to the full Fishers community-wide data. Those testing results right now are required to go through the State Department of Health. So we do not have access to the percent positivity for our Fishers community as a whole. We do, however, have access to it for our testing site data. And what we are finding is that last week we were looking at approximately 10 to 11% 7-day rolling average of our percent positives. So not only are we having increased cases, we are also having an increased percentage of those cases being positive. And again, it's at around a 10 to 11% average from last week. So we're still looking at calculating this next coming week, and we'll try to keep you updated with that. The last thing I wanted to mention in this update is that we are going to be rolling out a COVID risk ranking for the community. We're going to use a four color code scale, red being this is where we need to kind of shut stuff down, and orange being the next step under that, yellow, and then green. So this is similar to what you might have for a Homeland Security ranking or something like that, as far as what our risk levels are as a community. So in the future, hopefully these updates will be a little bit shorter, and we'll just go through the risk ranking criteria with you. We'll also have it posted on the website. Thanks so much.